go into executive session. If we do so, there's got to be a specific reason. We're only allowed very limited exceptions in Louisiana open meetings law to do so. So one of those is an employee's professionalism, competence, character. If the employee has been given written notice 24 hours in advance, and the fact that the employee's character or professional competence will be discussed, the employee has a right to deny the executive session and hold it in public. So that would be one of the questions, I believe, Officer Baker. I'm not sure whether you wanted to keep it open or whether the board, I don't think we need to waste time to go into executive session or go through the whole motion. If you want to.
Did y'all get y'all emails this morning?
Yeah, we received an email. I got copied on it.
Self-explanatory, and I do have
Okay.
evidence.
Okay. So would you rather keep it open in public? That's your choice, to keep it open in
It
public.
doesn't matter.
Okay. So if they make a motion to go into executive session, we'd have to have a second. The exact reason why, it being employee professionalism, competence, character being discussed. You have a right to be present, of course. But if you say, no, I want it open in public, then you have that right too, and then we don't need to go into executive session. So it's really your call.
You can have it open.
Open, okay. So what happens when we're discussing an employee position, when it's a town employee, the mayor runs that department. When it's a police department employee, the chief runs that particular department. So the board has to look at the recommendation of the chief and decide whether they accept or reject that recommendation. So my procedure is always to allow the chief to make his recommendation. He can give a short summary why he's making that recommendation. Of course, the officer has a right to give your own explanation if you want to, or you can rely on the email that you sent, whatever you'd like to do. And then the board can either have a discussion on it, you're open to discussion, and at any point you feel discussion is complete, you can have a motion, a second, to go whichever way you decide, and it's either accepting the recommendation or rejecting it. Okay? Any questions? No?
No, yes, not.
All right.
So, Chief, let's start it off.
We can do you can make it public.
Yeah. I think that's what we'll do, because she asked for
Yeah,
that,
she
so-
said that's.
You can make it public.
Keep it short. So you can go through your recommendation and brief reasons why. I think the entire board may have a write-up. Chief just showed me, I hadn't seen it before, but he's got a write-up here, and I don't know if you all have it in your package. Chief, you can either rely on that or give short summaries of it, whatever you feel. And Officer Baker, same with you, you have every right to give an explanation if you want to.
You want to read this, or how you want to do it?
You go ahead and read it off, Chief. It's your recommendation.
Recommendation is to terminate on May 16, 2026. On one other occasion, Deputy Chief Van Como advised Corporal Baker to discontinue her chemical agent mace until she attends class, allowing her to carry it. On May 20, 2026, she entered my office carrying mace on her. I advised her that I told her before not to carry the mace until she is qualified. And she came up with another reason why she disobeyed a direct order from a supervisor officer. Chief Richardson advised he had also advised her not to carry the mace. Corporal Baker was also on the phone while on traffic stops. Corporal Baker was also on her phone on a traffic stop in the presence of Chief Richardson. She was on a video call with her friend showing Chief Richardson the phone. All these violations were recorded on Corporal Baker's body camera. Corporal has been verbally reprimanded on several occasions not to be on her phone while conducting departmental business. At this time, Chief Richardson advised Deputy Chief Van Como to suspend Corporal Baker for 2 days without pay for disobeying a direct order. On May 21st, 2026, Chief Richardson advised Deputy Como that Corporal Dana Baker had not docked her body camera to download the footage. All officers were advised to dock their body cameras daily at the end of their shift, and all officers complied except Corporal Baker. A check of the body camera footage showed Corporal Baker had not docked her body camera since May 14, 2026. She had answered several calls for service, but no footage. On June 2nd, 2026, still no footage. While checking the body camera footage on June 3rd, 2026, I noticed Corporal Baker had docked her body camera and showed videos from May 15, 2026 through May 30, 2026. Several of the videos were of cases that were needed. On June 3rd, 2026, Chief Richardson advised that Corporal Baker had approached Officer Gabe Vincent and Justin Jack, attempting them to write statements that their checks had been withheld. Both officers told her the checks have never been withheld on this date. Corporal Baker came to my office demanding her check. I advised her that Chief Richardson will issue the checks when he returns, as he needed to speak with her. Corporal Baker then stated the checks have to be put out by 8:30 a.m. I advised her that I had never heard of that. She then stated I could not withhold her check. I advised her that her check was not being withheld. She began arguing. I told her I would not argue with her and for her to leave my office and not continue this conversation. Approximately 30 minutes later, Chief Richardson called and I advised he would speak with her. I would not speak with her and to put her check out. She returned to the office and was given her check by Clerk Lori Oakley. On May 30th, 2026, while on a medical call, Corporal Baker contacted at 10:59 a.m. and advised EPSO dispatch that victim, I'm not going to say his name, was deceased. The first responders were still working on the victim. Victim was not pronounced deceased for another hour and a half. Corporal Baker could be seen on a body camera counting pills from the victim's medication bag with the family present and the first responders working to revive the victim. Corporal Baker has been verbally reprimanded by Deputy Chief Richardson, and retired Assistant Chief Frank before his retirement. She has continually shown her decision-making, professionalism, and ability to follow directions is at best suspect. Corporal Baker has been verbally reprimanded on several occasions not to be on her phone while conducting departmental business, which she continues to do so. I have the call log from CAD. Corporal Baker, B5, advised that it's DOA, which means dead on arrival at 10:59. At 12:17:06, Acadiana ambulance pronounced time of death at 11:56. We are not coroners. We don't pronounce anybody dead. I have statements from witnesses that was on the call of the death. I have witness statements here from officers in regards to Corporal Baker. Also, I have body camera footage, Corporal Baker, with our body camera, with our portable radio, and possibly suspect to believe our vehicle was at Louisiana Downs or Shreveport. You know why? Because all body cameras have GPSs on them. It pings to the location where she was. Video shows her with the vest, the mace, everything she has on her body vest, on her boyfriend in the room, trying it out. Then when she noticed the camera was on, she turned around and said, shh, don't say nothing, and cuts the camera off.
Can I speak? Now, whenever I 10-7.
Now, I'm not finished.
Okay.
Hold on.
Now, on May 16, 2026, this statement from a deputy sheriff. I observed Basil Police Officer Bree Baker speaking with her friends, I'm not going to say the name, at his residence, not going to say the residence. During this conversation, another local resident known as, not going to say his name, arrived and joined the discussion. While they were all talking, Blank made it known that he was a volunteer firefighter. The conversation then shifted towards Basil police officers conducting traffic stops. During this discussion, Blank stated to Blank, hey, we should jump the chief of police and beat him. I immediately looked towards Officer Baker to see her reaction. Officer Baker did not respond or make any statement defending Chief Richardson or the police department. Shortly after, we received a call for service and both left the location to respond. After returning to the Basil Police Department, I spoke with Officer Baker about the statement of Blank he made regarding Chief Richardson. I explained to her that if anything were to happen to Chief Richardson, both she and Blank could become subject of concern because of the statement and the lack of her response. I also advised her that as a law enforcement officer, she must be mindful of the individuals she associates with, and the comments of the nature could potentially result in criminal charges. During the conversation, Officer Baker remained on her phone, again, and did not appear concerned about the seriousness of the statement. She then changed the subject and began discussing her boyfriend, who was reportedly working on obtaining citizenship. I advise her to be careful and not allow herself to become involved in situations that can negatively affect her career and reputation. In my observation, Officer Baker, she does not respond well to correction, direction, instruction, particularly when she is told to do something or advised against certain conduct. Also have the report from death that medication came up missing. Medication was taken out of the house, put into Corporal Baker's passenger seat. Body camera goes off for 8 minutes. Body camera comes back on. She's dumping the pills down the toilet in the house. That is not policy and procedure of any police department in the United States of America. Everything must be logged down, brought to the police department for destruction. It's supposed to be in the report. There is no list in this report of any medication that she dumped down in the toilet.
Did you get the report?
Reports right here that you did.
Okay,
So
well,
my question to you is,
it's-
where is the medication? And
okay,
where
so the coroner said,
on your body camera it shows
And I have a witness.
you writing down the medication.
and I have
It's
the
straight- let me
list, I
finish.
have the list in the unit.
So
Well, it
why
wasn't a unit.
isn't a unit? Of course, not on the report that you wrote,
Nope.
that you typed.
Because I typed it whenever I was up north, it was in my unit
There's
down
no
at home.
excuse. The medication is supposed to be bagged,
It's not
brought
supposed
to the department, written in the report, put in an evidence bag, wrote for destruction. That is policy and procedure. People die every day, and the widow brings the medicine to the department. They have done it since I've been here. I've done it since I was a sheriff deputy. I've done it since I was an officer and a detective. That is policy and procedure.
Coroner told me to flush it down the toilet with a witness, and so did AJ Frank. Have a
Does
witness
A.J.
on body
Frank,
cam.
does A.J. Frank work for the Basil Police Department? No. That is not your job nor your duty to pronounce anybody dead at a scene or take the medication and flush it down the toilet. Or, let me finish, or count the medicine while they still giving CPR to the man that still has a pulse in front of the family.
So I did not go inside yet. Whenever the first responder came up to me, I don't know his name, and told me he was a DOA.
That is it.
Okay?
Everything I've just labeled out, ladies and gentlemen, I have it on body camera.
Oh, we'd like to see it.
Oh.
Okay,
Subpoena,
so you're
have your
gonna,
lawyers,
so you're
have
gonna,
have your lawyer subpoena it, and I will release it.
so you're gonna go off of a body cam. Whenever I 10-7, I get in my car, drop my unit off at home, get in my car, and go to Bossier to meet my fiance. And I have my gear with me because I leave at 1:30 in the morning whenever it's time for me to come back to work, fully dressed and come home. He was not wearing my stuff. He was carrying my stuff, and I put the vest on him and said, here, because he had a bunch of stuff in his hands while I was carrying other stuff. As he sat on the bed, he put the stuff down. I took it off of him. So he was helping me carry my stuff. Hey. Does anybody want to see the video?
Okay, one thing we're not here to do is have a trial. Okay, this is not a
Okay,
trial court.
we won't.
None of this happens
So,
here. There are other channels.
Whenever I was on the phone,
But I do want you to
okay,
defend
I'm gonna say
yourself
my,
and explain
I'm gonna say
however
my.
you want to.
Whenever I was on the phone with my fiance, I was actually 10-7. They were going. I asked Justin to stop the vehicle. He was swerving to go stop the vehicle. He was swerving, and he left Gabe at the PD. I went picked up Gabe and dropped Gabe off. I stuck around for a minute. I ended up calling state police because nobody was certified to do talks out there from Eunice. They were on duty in Eunice, and there was no one on duty at EPSO. So then my fiance called. Nick showed up. I was 10-7. I didn't have to be there. I was about to leave.
You was 10-7. You are correct. But when you're in
I'm
the Basil Police
speaking. I
Department,
gave you
when
respect,
you're in a
sir.
uniform,
I'm speaking.
and you're in a patrol
So,
car, and you're on a call.
Respectfully, I gave you your
Hey,
respect,
still
sir.
terminated, so.
I gave you your respect. And I do have the right to rebuttal.
Rebuttal.
So, on the 21st, Gabe's check was locked in the PD. He didn't get it till that afternoon. We didn't get our checks till later. The secretary is supposed to get our checks, that's how it's always been, and they're supposed to bring our checks to the dispatch office. It's not supposed to be held. I didn't get my check till after 10 o'clock on the 3rd. That was the second time I have to ask for my check. I asked Gabe if he got his check on the 3rd. He didn't get it. And he worked that night. Y'all know, y'all see the email. Do you want me to read it out loud? It's gonna take me a while.
I think they all seen it, huh? Y'all read the email?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Do you have any questions about the email you want to ask Bree? Any questions?
I got a couple questions in general,
Okay.
not specifically about that email, though.
When it comes to payroll checks, ladies and gentlemen,
As-
we do not hold checks. When I worked for Chief Ivory, we had dispatchers. The checks was given to the dispatchers. Now we have no dispatchers. Checks have private information, social security numbers, how much wages are, the whole nine. When they come pick up their checks, Ms. Laura, my secretary, picks up the checks. She brings them to the office. Checks go into the deputy chief's office. When the officers come, we give them their checks. Because we have to talk with them, we have things we have to pass on to them, especially the night officers that we do not see. We're not gonna leave checks out in the open for anybody to see or get, or put them in the box, because certain people digs in their boxes. That's the explanation.
Checks are closed in an envelope. We never had a problem before Chief Richardson got in here. Also, as for Rebecca Borlaug, EPSO, I'm not afraid to call her name out because she has tried to intimidate me several times. Stafford and I were talking. We were at Jacob's and we were talking. And Jacob made the comment, not about Chief, but he made the comment about people talking about Mr. Jack and him stopping people and stopping firefighters, and he said if he stops me, he's gonna know about himself. That's what he said. But Rebecca blows things up. She has already put her bumper against my back bumper on one night. I did not know who it was, and that was January. I can actually pull up the text message because I told her sergeant about it. Miss Heather, did you not call Chief Nick on the 3rd and tell him how the checks work? Could you explain
What do
that?
you mean, tell him how the checks
That
work?
they are not supposed to hold our checks,
I didn't instruct him not to hold the checks. I told him that you were in City Hall, asking why your check was being held, and he informed me that they were not holding your check, and he was not in the office.
Van had the checks, but did you or did you not tell him that it goes to the secretary distributes
I
it?
cannot dictate that in his department. No, ma'am, that's not what I told him.
Okay, because I remember that correctly.
No.
Yes. Also, the
When
medicine.
it comes to deputy,
So the medicine,
Rebecca?
the medicine that was all in the bags, I put it in the vehicle because there was in and outs of riffraffs in the house.
family's riffraff.
No, not the family. It was one of them that constantly digs in trash, and she is not family. And I did not want her going taking anything. It's non-narcotics. So I let AJ know that I was going to put it in the passenger seat of my unit.
Again,
This
policy
woman-
and procedure says you contact your sergeant, then the sergeant contacts the DC, the DC contacts the chief about any deaths in this community.
And I already worked the desk with Corporal Lyric before, and that's how we conducted it. We disposed of it
This
in the
is what I
toilet.
deal with.
No.
We disposed of it in the toilet in front of a witness. Now, shall I read my email? So, to the members of the council appointing authority from Corporal Baker, date June 8th, 2026, subject notice of hostile work environment, whistleblower retaliation, and request for immediate administrative leave with pay, and I do have recordings, several. Dear member of the town council, I'm writing you directly in your capacity as the town's legal appointing authority to formally request that I be placed on temporary administrative leave with pay effective immediately pending an objective investigation into a severe hostile work environment and ongoing whistleblower retaliation by police administration. Furthermore, I have well-founded good faith fear of immediate professional retaliation from Chief Nicholas Richardson and the Secretary Administrator Deputy Chief Van Como should I remain in the active workplace. While these matters are reviewed, for the safety, integrity, and objectivity of any impending investigation and to prevent further escalation or retaliation actions. As temporary separation from the active workplace is necessary while being paid administration leave. On Wednesday, June 3rd, 2026, I engaged in a legally protected activity by reporting a wage violation, my paycheck being withheld directly to HR. In less than 24 hours on Thursday, June 4th, I was served with a letter stating my job was on the table for termination based on completely fabricated allegations. Since making that HR report, that the administration has escalated its retaliatory actions to just drastically strip me of my duties, pull my patrol unit, and attempt to unlawfully terminate me as a probationary employee. I have been proudly serving this department since July 9th, 2025 because our town's policy mandates a 3 to 6 month probationary period. My probation successfully concluded and I became a permanent tenure officer no later than January 2026. Chief Nicholas Richardson actively attempted to bypass your authority and state law by forcing a new oath to reset our civil service clocks. Because this involves several personnel issues, targeted harassment, and massive legal liability for the town, I respectfully request that this matter be reviewed by the council in an executive session at the absolute earliest opportunity tonight. Respectfully submitted Corporal Galena Baker. Exhibit A, timeline of incidents and relevant violations. Incident 1, selective enforcement and condoned use of non-certified force. Date, March 31st, 2026. The action, while out on arrest call, Deputy Chief Secretary Administrator, who is a civilian, not post-certified and not certified to use chemical spray, took my department-issued mace and deployed it on a subject. Management was fully aware of this, condoned the action, and accepted the arrest report. However, months later in May, the chief used my possession of this exact same mace as a pretextual reason to issue me a 2-day suspension. Violations, post-council regulations, and use of force policy. Allowing a non-certified, non-sworn individual to deploy a chemical weapon on a subject is a severe breach of law enforcement operational standards and creates catastrophic liability for the town, selective enforcement, and desperate treatment. A rule cannot be completely ignored and condoned for an administrator's benefit and then selectively enforced months later as a weapon to suspend an officer. Impact evidence establishes that the later discipline regarding the mace was entirely manufactured and executed in bad faith, proven by the March 31st arrest report and booking logs. Incident 2, obstruction of state mandate training and hostile outbursts. Date and time, April 13th, 2026 at 1000 hours. The action, Deputy Chief Secretary Administrator yelled at me stating that because I am not post-certified and not required to take and do not need to take the mandatory sexual harassment or sexual harassment for supervisors training on the post portal. Violations, LARS 42-343. Mandatory sexual harassment prevention training. Louisiana state law explicitly mandates that all public servants and public employees must complete a minimum of 1 hour of sexual harassment education annually. It's completely independent of post-status. LARS 42-1170, mandatory ethics training. State law requires annual ethics training for all public employees. Impact evidence, hostile work environment, insubordination by a civilian administrator, and an active attempt by administration to block an employee from accessing state mandated legal protections and education. Incident 3, unlawful suspension, instant recall, and subsequent text threats. Date and time, May 20th, 26 at 16:27 hours, and this is all on recording as well. With ongoing text escalation, a few days later, the action, the chief issued me a 2-day suspension without pay based on manufactured complaints regarding carrying mace and off-duty video chat. During that exact same conversation on May 20th, the chief recalled the suspension. However, a few days later, the chief sent me a text message stating he was reversing his decision and putting the 2-day suspension back on the table. Violation, LARS 33404. The Larson Act, under Louisiana law, a municipal chief of police does not possess unilateral authority to issue a non-elected officer or disciplinary suspension without pay or termination. That power belongs strictly to the mayor and board of aldermen / council as the appointing authority. U.S. Constitution 14th Amendment, due process, law-to-mail rights. Because my probationary period concluded in January 2026, I'm a permanent civil service employee, holding a protected property right to my employment, imposing financial punishment, withdrawing it, and then re-threatening it via personal text message violates basic administrative due process. Impact evidence, erratic discipline, and harassment, proven by the written suspension paperwork dated May 20th and subsequent text messages from the chief. Incident 4, illegal withholding of wages, HR complaint, and instant retaliation, date and time June 3rd, 2026 at approximately 1000 hours. Termination notice received June 4th, 2026. The action. On the morning of June 3rd, the Secretary Administrator unlawfully held our paychecks at Town Hall, claiming we could not get them until the Chief returned. Per standard policy, once the Secretary leaves, checks are supposed to be left on the dispatcher's desk. While the Administrator denied holding them, they exactly refused to release them. I wrote directly to HR, Heather, at Town Hall, to report this wage violation. Heather called the chief immediately and advised him that the department cannot legally hold employee checks. The very next day, June 4th, I received a formal notification from HR stating I was being placed on the council agenda regarding my job employment based on manufacturer claims. Violation, LARS 23967, Louisiana whistleblower statute, explicitly prohibits an employer from taking an adverse employment action, threatening termination, or targeting an employee's job within 24 hours of that employee reporting or objecting to an illegal practice. The Fair Labor Standard Act, anti-retaliation provisions. Federal law strictly protects employees who file a complaint regarding the unlawful withholding or handling of their pay. Impact evidence, direct and undeniable temporal proximity, less than 24 hours. Linking a protected HR complaint to an adverse employment action. Incident 5, constructive demotion and disarmament prior to council meeting, date and time, ongoing, pre-meeting, June 5th to June 18th, 2026. The action, before the town council has even had opportunity to hear my case or vote on my employment, the administrator has stripped me of my daily duties, pulled my assigned patrol unit, and stripped me of my mace, leaving me on patrol with only a firearm and 0 intermediate non-lethal force options. Violations, officer safety, force continuum, standards, forcing an officer to patrol without a less lethal intermediate weapon violates basic law enforcement safety protocols and forces a dangerous escalation straight to a deadly force, creating extreme vicarious liability for the town. Constructive discharge, demotion, intentionally stripping a promoted corporal of her operational tools and rank to humiliate her and bias the council prior to a formal review. Impact evidence, vehicle return logs, strip shift assignments, and physical active safety equipment.
The letter that you received from me did not indicate anything about your termination. The letter simply stated that I had to advise you that you would be on the agenda according to the Lorason Act and you would be subject to executive session.
Respectfully, it doesn't have to say any of that.
Well, then I would appreciate if you would state correctly what the letter said.
It doesn't have, it's the fact that after 24 hours, I come with a complaint. So I only got one write-up. I've never got reprimanded by AJ Frank. The write-up was the 2 days of suspension. So all this other stuff you started saying, I've never heard that until today. And
I got a question about that.
That was my
kinda-
question too.
I mean,
I see refused or here.
She signed it.
what did I sign?
She refused to sign it.
Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm asking a question.
That's her signature saying refused.
Where?
She made a complaint on the 4th about the payroll, and every statement you have just miraculously have dates after that. I mean, that's coincidental.
Got paid on the 8th.
The check that you just got withheld, you said,
Was on the 8th. I mean, last Wednesday. Shut up.
okay?
All
But
this
I'm
was-
saying, every statement you have written from every person in this file is, back in May, all this stuff happened, but now,
The check situation
Everything-
came up
or
On the
all the
4th.
dates are after that date that she complained about her check.
on the 4th. She complained
It's
about the
suspicious
check.
that you got 5 complaints, all signed after her coming forward complaining about her check being withheld. I'm just asking. I mean, it looks suspicious to me. I mean, I'm not very bright, but
When the,
Let me clear up
Go ahead.
some of this, what you're Chief Richardson came to my office on the 1st and asked about how to handle an officer with discipline and possibly termination, okay? I advised him that it has to be on the agenda. The officer or the employee has to be notified by letter to let them know that they will be discussed. So that part that you're talking about, it was not a retaliation of what happened with your paycheck. That was previously discussed in our office. Now, he didn't tell me, yes, go ahead and put it on the agenda until later. So,
I can't
for
prove
you,
that.
I understand you can't prove that, okay? But for you to claim that as a retaliation, that is not where that stemmed from at all.
I have a question for Banana. So, what type of environment do you consider the police department as?
Hostile. I've been saying.
Okay, all right, hold on. Hostile. So this seems like a repetitive thing with you of saying that departments are hostile. You wrote on your application
No.
from,
I'm gonna let you finish.
you wrote on your application when you left other departments that it was a hostile environment. It was, this is constantly repetitive with you. So what I'm trying to figure out, what are you actually trying to do to these departments? Are you
No.
looking for a lawsuit or something from the
No,
town?
actually, I'm not. Was it Bill Platt, PD?
You know who you had a hostile environment with
Was
in
it
the
Bill
departments?
Platt? Was it Bill Platt, PD?
You know.
Because Bill Platt.
You put it
PD
on your application.
Bill Platt, PD. The same chief that is getting, they had the prison hit me with fentanyl.
No, we talking about you right now. We talking about you. We ain't talking about that
So,
other stuff they got going on.
I was not staying there. Heath was the interim chief at Sunset PD. I left whenever my chief resigned because he was trying to make us put misdemeanors in a federal database, and I was not doing that. So I left from there. We were being forced to do that. So I left from there.
I'm just saying, it just doesn't look good that now you saying the Basil Police Department is, you in a hostile environment and all these other allegations when you said that about these departments as well that you work for. So what is true here? What is false? I'm trying to figure this out. Can you help me understand?
Oh, sure. Hold on a second.
The only thing that you're post certified is guns.
But this is all where our sexual harassment.
All
That's
that
what we
can be
take.
on there, but it's not required by you because you are not post certified. I'm not going to tell you something that's not true, Brianna. That's why I call the people that know.
I have to take
She said
cybersecurity.
the only thing that you have to take, that we hire you and you have to take, is firearms.
So there's no ethics. There's no sexual harassment. I don't have to take sexual harassment. I don't take ethics. I don't have
Unless
to
the
take.
town wants you to take.
Exactly, and that's what the town wants
But
us to do.
you're saying post. You can't keep mixing
We
up
have
post
to.
and town.
It's on post.
It
That's
don't
where we
matter.
take it at.
Post doesn't require it. And you don't know that the town requires it. But
Yes, it
Nick will
does.
find out. No, you don't know that, Brianna. Just like you just came in and telling me that post requires this, that, the
it's-
other, and it's not true.
It's on post.
It doesn't matter where it is.
Okay, I'm
You're
not yelling.
required to do it.
I'm not yelling at you. I'm not
It's
raising
just
my voice.
because you're not listening
Could
either.
the
You're
minute
not
I walked
listening
in
either.
here, whenever you called me in, you started raising your voice.
No, because you don't listen.
No,
I'm telling you.
Let's see. There's one where
Austin had talked to you about you going to get certified for your mace, right?
No, he didn't.
He never talked to you about that?
or deputy chief said
That's
that.
our,
So I'm gonna let you know something right now. You talking to me like that?
Brianna,
That ain't gonna work either.
I'm gonna let you know something right now. When I'm talking to another officer, you keep your mouth shut. Because it has nothing to do with you.
Keep going.
I'm gonna keep going.
Keep going.
I'm gonna keep going.
All right.
What the fuck you mean keep going?
Keep going.
What's that supposed to be? What, you gonna do something to me or something?
Might want to sit down.
No, why would I wanna sit down? You're the one making threats, pal.
What did I say?
You just said all that keep going shit.
What does that mean?
What does it mean to you? You're saying it.
I didn't say anything.
Now you didn't say anything.
So no, it's not a hostile environment.
Okay, so can I elaborate on your ethics? I think all the council members are aware of that because you guys have to do it. So you have to do, they recently added cybersecurity, ethics, sexual harassment, and then there is a second layer of sexual harassment for supervisors that is required. In the past, I was the one that did it at City Hall. The supervisor of the street department did it. The mayor does it. The chief of police did it, but I don't know who else in the police department did it. So yes, it is a requirement annually for all public employees to have those three
Yeah.
trainings.
And when I get,
everybody has
what I
done
get
their
from
training.
the recording I just heard was that Brianna was trying to tell him, we require it, and she does it on the post website, and he was, just could not understand that.
And
I
that
mean,
is correct, because most of the police
I mean-
officers turn in their certificates from the post council for those required
yeah,
trainings.
but she was trying to explain to him, it's required by us, but she was doing it on post website,
Correct.
and he was berating her because he didn't understand what was going on.
He knew what was going on.
Apparently not, I just heard
And
the
this is all
recording.
the time with him. And who is it? Van Cole.
Van Coma, the administrator.
And I have other recordings too. Like, should I play the recording about Drew getting arrested?
But that should go to the DA, his personal department.
So,
I mean, this is the same story that's, every officer that's left the town within the last 10 years, this is the same story, the same
They
thing.
all have the same
And
complaint.
it's the same complaint over and over and over. It doesn't matter who's,
so who you think
is
is
over there, or
if
who's
they keep having the same?
it's always the same
No,
complaint
no,
over and over.
you're not. What? Come on, man.
so
Don't.
I want to make sure we don't get out of hand, like,
Let Chief.
kind of said Chief should have to say it.
We don't need to talk.
Officer Beck, you have anything else you want to
Yes,
present? I think the board should be able to question or discuss at this point if they want to. You have anything else that you'd like to discuss?
Yes, our commission cards. Does anybody have a commission card on them? Austin?
Hey, and real quick, I want to make a statement aspect. Everybody knows,
I'll be speaking to your microphone.
I want to make a statement about like drug, medications and stuff. I've been in medical field for a long
I
time.
never did it like that either.
Sorry, Nick, I'm not trying to beat you up or anything, but I've never had the police take the medication,
Me.
log it, catalog it, take it back to the police department. We have always narcotics, flushed it down a commode, right then and there on scene with a witness. And Luke, that's been 35. I started this in 1991.
That's yours.
It's not. You know, I never had a cop. Look.
Yes.
In all the DOAs I've ever ran, I've never had a cop say, "I'm going to take this medication." Never, ever. Mark, you're a paramedic. How many cops?
They try, but that's not Acadian's policy.
That's standard for EMS across the nation.
That's what you said, EMS, not standard for the SOP.
No, that's what I'm saying is, it's standard. EMS does not give medication to police officers.
I didn't say that EMS gave the medication to the police officer.
It was the family again.
I mean, I'm
The
just saying.
family handed it to me.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I'm
if-
trying to, okay. Is there anything
Yes,
else in your
yes, yes.
defense, Officer Baker, as
What
to,
was this?
Chief's recommendation? This is about your employment and
Okay.
Chief's recommendation.
Yes. So
I'm just trying to keep it limited to what
we
our
were
issue
issued
is here.
commission cards, okay, that were signed by chief, not signed by us, for Basile Police Department. On the back is the crescent seal of the state of Kansas, which is now commissioning him.
That's fixed, that's over with.
It's not fixed and over with.
It's not, so I spoke to the state police today.
So did
And
I.
there is, no, you're right. You ordered those online, got Kansas State commission cards from Kansas, signed them, you signed every one of them by hand, and never noticed a seal of Kansas displayed directly in the front of the card. So the state police calls, the chief says, we can't have this. Let's slap your hand and get new cards for the commission cards, the proper ones. But the legality of it is, those cards they've been carrying since March are invalid. Every stop, every ticket, every arrest is non-existent because they were carrying illegal cards. So this is going to be, pardon my French, a shit show. Because we're going to bring it up because from that time till now, those were illegal cards.
So which sergeant did you talk at state police?
Mr. Thomas, the one that called and talked to you.
Hey!
No, he pointed at you.
No, you always hit me.
Pointed and
And
talked to you.
Mr. Thomas and I discussed the situation.
And I did. I
And
did
it's
too.
nothing we
And
did
I-
wrong.
It doesn't
So,
matter what you did
okay.
right or wrong. If it was an
Okay.
accident or not, it's still, from that time, those were issued till the time they get their new ones. Everything they did was illegal in between there. They should not be on patrol. They are not in Kansas. It's going to be a legal thing.
So we'll,
Believe one thing, he said another.
district court judges will determine what's
Yes.
legal and not, or
Yes.
federal judges, wherever we want to end up with this, wherever you want to. But like I said, we're not having a trial right now, okay? So this is about a recommendation of an employee, and you give your position, Chief. Officer Baker, if you have anything else, please present it, any explanation.
I do have-
Of course,
I
the
do have-
board can question, but we do need to get along with making a decision. when we're-
I understand, I got a couple.
Okay, so Kenny, do you have any questions for Ms.
No,
Breen?
all my questions have been answered.
Okay,
Everything's been
Jessica?
answered.
You answered, I mean, you asked what you needed. Roger, you have any questions?
Department has some, he said.
Okay, but you don't?
Oh, no, I got a question.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm just wondering, all these statements that he wrote, like I said, miraculously appeared since the complaints, but everything that he wrote in this paper, she's only been reprimanded technically one time.
And after
a
being
year of
verbally
service-
reprimanded, you're suspended. It's
I
in the
don't-
old policy and it's.
Is
it
it
was
all
in-
those verbals
It
written?
was in Chief Ivor's policy, it is in my policy.
Are they
It does
written?
not change.
Are all those verbal comfort calls
You
written?
just read it.
No, that's you writing them.
It's
but
in
are
my
they
daily
her-
log on my computer. Every
Is
day
it-
I
are they in her
document
file?
everything.
Are they in her file? That
Everything.
they're all in there. So you
Everything.
can go over there and get them.
Everything.
Sure.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm getting at. It's like, you,
Everything is documented on a daily log in my computer. Every day, everything this police department does on a daily basis is
I
documented.
can
on
document too.
May 20th, this is a write-up, technically, right? It's a write-up, you asked her to sign it, she refused. She wrote refused on it.
I did not write that.
She
They
didn't
wrote
write
that.
it. They didn't wrote that because
But you're aware of
I
this.
have a
I did
copy
not
of
write
it.
that.
But you're aware of it.
Oh, I'm aware of it, and I refuse to write it because he's accused. It's about the mace,
I
which
understand.
his deputy chief.
And the mates, I'm certified and Deputy Chief Van is certified. You didn't know that, but
Oh, whenever y'all used to work. I'm not gonna argue. with
We've
you.
been
I'm sorry.
certified.
So, okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm sticking to him.
It,
So the other one was whenever I was on the phone with my fiance. Whenever I was actually consent.
That means she was off duty.
in Basile uniform, in the Basile unit.
And I was off duty.
On the call.
Off duty.
Off duty.
I was
That
not
is
on a
against
call.
policy and
I was
procedure.
dropping Gabriel
Obviously, you don't believe
off.
in policy and procedure, but we do as law enforcement officers.
I was dropping Gabriel off.
I'm talking about putting
You have any other
Respectfully,
questions?
not-
Carmen?
I do.
100%.
So this right here was not presented to her. This was just a recap of the verbals you gave her. So we only have one write-up in front of us.
All those verbals. After the verbals, suspension. That's
Which is
policy
not-
procedure.
No.
And
Have you read my SOP? Have
Yes.
you read Chief Ivory's SOP?
But listen, we're
No, you
gonna
have not.
talk
So
suspension after this.
so for her to have MACE, the write-up that you gave her,
you have to be certified.
that's a state law. You have to be certified.
Certified to carry
You
a
can
taser,
articulate.
certified to carry a
Is it-
mace, certified
is
to
it
carry a
state law?
baton.
It's not.
It is the SOP's policy.
So, all right, so it's
Is
the
it-
department's
it's right in the
SOP.
It's a departmental policy. Every department in the United States of America has different policies, different ways about doing things, different ways about having officers certified in
Now, let's
anything and
understand.
everything.
I'm with you. Okay.
That is the policy of the Bazoo Police
It's the
Department.
Vassal Police Department that you be
You have to be certified to carry anything.
to carry that mace.
Yes.
Do you have to
Mace, taser, baton.
You have to be certified to use it.
Gotta be certified.
Do you have to be certified to use it?
Yes.
Okay.
Plain and simple.
So on the SOP that I have, let me see if I still have it in here. That was not in the SOP that I have and that I signed.
You have an SOP?
Yes, I
Because you
did.
told me you didn't.
You gave me one, and I signed it off in Officer Justin Jack, and all it has was the duties of a chief, a deputy chief, police
I
officer,
just stated to you,
secretary.
Chief Ivory's SOP was in place
You didn't.
until I revised the SOP myself. SOP took me a month and a half to do the SOP to revise it. It is revised and we passed out to other officers. But until I finished that SOP, Chief Ivory's SOP remained in place.
How many other officers are certified with mace, to carry mace? So you have to be certified to spray mace.
Yes, you have to.
And once you get that certification, it stands.
It stands. Once you get the certification, it stands.
There's no,
You don't have to
recertify.
no, it stands.
What does it take to get certified to spray mace?
Go to school, go to church.
Anything
EPSO.
that you carry on your duty belt whenever you go to the police academy, you have to get certified.
EPSO has a course you could call Mac. He has a course for taser as well as mace, and I contacted him the other day.
The only reason
Because
I'm
nobody
not
did.
carrying my taser is because I have to do my research.
And technically, we are supposed to carry two. Legally, we're supposed to carry two non-lethal forces of a weapon because it puts the town at risk and liability if we have to shoot someone if there is not that type of force that is needed. If we articulate why we have to use the mace, why we are not certified.
No, she's not posted.
Okay. Anyone has any other questions or wants to make a motion? Anyone? Kenny? No. No motion, Carmen, no motion?
No.
There's too much here.
Man.
Terminate her, or we gonna keep her, or
I
we
make a
gonna
motion
just-
to
what we gonna do?
reject Chief Richardson's choice to terminate Officer Baker. Cause I have a funny feeling
No,
about
she
all
must
these
work for the
things.
town then.
Hey.
She's not working at the police department.
Okay. Okay, do we have a second to reject Chief Richardson's recommendation? Is there a second? Is there a motion to terminate?
I'll make a motion to terminate.
Okay. So Jessica makes a motion to terminate. Is there a second to motion to terminate? All right. No second. Okay, so now this is a tabled discussion then, right?
Well, somebody can make a motion to table it if you want to, and everything stays pretty much in suspension.
Okay. It can't be administrative with pay for sure.
It's public funds. You can't.
She's an hourly employee,
Can't give public money to an hourly employee.
so hours not worked.
That
Can't
would
do
be a
that.
violation of our Constitution, I have to advise against it, because if you vote in favor of that, you're giving public money for non-work.
I hear that all the time. I'm well versed.
All right, so we're just keeping that out of suspension right now,
That sounds like what we're doing.
okay? Motion to keep it as a suspension.
Or table.
You have a motion? So we just leave it at suspension?
I make a motion to table it pending future aspects of potential lawsuits.
I second that tabling nomination, recommendation.
Okay, all in favor of that? Aye. All right, oppose?
Nay.
Okay, so we're 3-1. Okay. Bree, that's where we stand. Sorry we didn't have a clear decision, but that's where it stands as of now.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for coming, too. All right, let's see. All right, next item on the agenda, declare surplus of movable less than 5,000 of 2 used mowers and manner of disposal. Exmart, 730 54-inch cut, $100.
6 animal complaints, 3 arrests, 8 assisting other agencies, 1 ATV riding, 1 civil matter, 5 complaints, 5 disturbances, 2 domestic abuse, 2 escorts, 2 extra patrol, 1 harassment, 3 related juveniles, 1 noise complaint, 4 pedestrian stops, 1 private property crash, 1 private property damage, reckless driving, road hazard, 3 suicide threats, 3 suspicious activity, 4 suspicious person, 2 suspicious vehicles, 2 thefts, 2 trespassing, verbal altercation threat, 3, 1 warrant, 7 welfare concerns, and 1 death. But this is what your police department does on a daily basis.
Yeah, that's good job. Good job, guys. All right, let's see, attorney's report.
Nothing to report.
All right. Street report. You good, Street? What was the deal with the line? Everybody was out of water, so a lot of people were mad in here, so.
10-inch line, 10-inch main traction stag, or 2 pipes connected. So we had to get some high matter couplings and cut pipe and I'll dig it up and fix it out, so.
Okay. Clerk's report.
What happened?
Our office is going to be closed tomorrow
Hey,
and
what the badge is
Wednesday
for?
for
No. Hey,
online training.
Trying to intimidate.
Clerk, y'all gonna be closed tomorrow and Wednesday?
Yes, for online training.
what the badge is for?
Okay.
They quit?
So everybody quit, so the chief the only one on call.
Not the sheriff's department.
The sheriff
you
department
would-
say they not come and mess with us, so you might as well hang that up.
You wouldn't care anyway.
Sheriff department say they don't want nothing to do with Basil.
You wouldn't care anyway, Robert.
Nothing. Say they don't want.
Hold on,
nothing
hold
to do
on.
with Basil.
Let's wrap this up, and then we can see about this. Lee, no? Oh, you good? Okay, I'm sorry. Anything else that we know?
Oh, I ain't never seen it. I should have taken my medicine.
No? Okay. Motion to adjourn. Kenny?
Second, third.
Roger? All in favor? All right, meeting is adjourned.
All right, so what we doing?
So what happened?
I don't know. So what's going on, Nick? What happened?
What happened? They didn't vote for nothing, huh?
They on strike or they quit? Strike.
So what happened though?
So that's no payment.
So what happened?
Oh, Lord, I don't know. They quit.
Hey, if you turn in your badge,
They on strike.